So, episode 3, bitches, of Steve's plan. Right, stimulus or self-sabotage. So, sets, reps, intensity, all that jazz, volume. So obviously I've kind of broken down this in the previous video with how I do it, running and push-pull legs. Split and session. In terms of your sets and reps, again, go back to that last video. I kind of broke that down previously, like pre-digested. This is the dessert. In terms of the reps, I am a firm believer in getting strong in a magnitude of rep ranges. Like with running a push-pull legs split. Like the focus really is to get strong as fuck. Like we can add in sets to get like a pump to reinforce that blood flow, to reinforce sarcoplasmic hypertrophy and all that jazz. But at the end of the day, the focus is to progress your lifts to get stronger and to get bigger that way. Thus, your sets and reps matter. I would be focusing on rep ranges. Do this in red. From as little as 3 all the way up to 30. Like this. So like, let's say, like obviously, hopefully you've watched the first video. Like your leg day when you're doing a squat, your back day, your pull day, sorry, when you're doing like a deadlift or a stiff leg deadlift, your bar rows, I'd be operating in rep ranges as like 3 to 6, 6 to 9, or like 3 to, I really like 3 to 5s, 3 sets to 5 reps on like a heavy pull. Yeah, like your strength stuff. Be good if I could spell strength. And then like your hypertrophy. I hate these things because like you will build strength at 30 reps and you'll build hypertrophy at 3 reps, and that is the thing, is your body doesn't know the difference. Your body just knows tension and stress and strain. So like if you're really going to failure at 30, it's not much difference than it is at 3, but the only to your body there's not much difference. You're just going to stimulate different muscle fibers. And I will argue to the end of my days when people say, "Oh, but it doesn't make a difference." It fucking does. It does. I've done it. I've done the sets and sessions and programs where I've just kept all my sets under 12 reps and I've kept all my sets over 12 reps and 30 reps, and I've noticed a difference. And even if it doesn't, do it all. There's no one saying, "Oh, you have to stay under 9 reps or you have to do everything on a barbell." You can do it all. I've never understood this like secular mindset of, oh, if you were to pick one movement, you're never going to be able to just pick one movement. You're never going to just have the one piece of kit you have to choose from. It's not as like fucking strict as that. So 3 to 30, get strong between that rep range. So in your hypertrophy, I'd be going like your obvious 8 to 12, like all the books say, 12 to 15. The highest like normal straight set I'd go would be 15 to 20. Very simple. And then your intensifiers. I'll just put intensity. Intensifiers, so like drop sets, rest pause sets, supersets, all that pish. That's where I'd be doing 20 plus. So like going up to the 30. Something I used to really like doing was like a rest pause aim. So like the aim would be 30 reps total, and that'd be spread across 3 attempts, so 3 rest pauses. So I'd aim for like 10 to 12 reps the first go, and then I've got like 18 reps split across 2 rest pauses. So if I got to like say 15, I'm doing what? Maybe a set of 8, and then whatever the difference is, 4 or 6 or whatever. Again, I'm bad at maths. But I would structure it this way, and I still structure it this way. But this is how I've structured my programs and approach to training since I was younger. If I got to 20, it was way too light. Like if I got to 20 and wasn't a failure, it was way too light. And that's kind of the rep range and focus I would be doing drop sets with, intensity techniques with. But again, with intensity techniques, your aim is 30 reps across that set. Don't think like 30 reps, then drop it. No. Like think like 8 to 12, then drop, and then go again, and then go again, and then go again, and keep going until you finish that intensity technique, and then you've ended up at the 20. That's how I do it. It just keeps it like just basic and simple and straightforward. But again, intensity techniques, I'll get more into this. Like you can pick and choose what you want to run and what you want to do. With doing like a push-pull leg split, you can do lots, and you can add them to movements where you feel like you can do more. Like straight arm pull down, side raises, pec deck, leg extension, seated leg curl, caps. These are all kind of where I tend to do the most like rest pauses and intensity techniques overall. I'm really trying to push it in the off season specifically if I'm drop set a squat or doing something like that. Because that's just me. Anyway, so obviously like you get your basics, drop set, rest pause, no varying difficulty, right? Widowmaker, super set, and then you do giant set. You got things like biomechanical, drops. So this would be like, you don't actually change the weight, you just adjust what you're doing to make it easier. So like a good one I used to do would be like incline dumbbell fly. So click heel, go to failure, dump the dumbbells, jump up, adjust the bench, down a click, and keep doing that till maybe on like a decline or a flat. And as you come down in angle, gradient, whatever you want to call it, pitch, it wouldn't get easier, it gets less fatiguing. So you can keep the same weight as you come down. And then you got things like, nearly used this wrong colour, partials, extreme stretches, loads of stuff. In terms of what I would be focusing on as a beginner, keep it basic, keep it to what you know you're going to be able to do. So partials, really easy to add on. Drop sets, really easy to add on. Supersets, really easy to add on. Rest pauses, like it's kind of an iffy one because you need to know how to train to complete failure for that to work. And if you don't know what like true failure is, like nearly shitting your pants failure, that's not going to work because you can't actually progress it each week because you're just continuously progressed because you're not actually hitting failure. Like when I used to do rest pause when I was younger compared to now, when I do a rest pause now, I'd get to maybe like 15 reps and then I'm lucky, even if it's like a 40-second rest, I am lucky if I'm getting to 6 reps after that. But you need to be going that hard for it to work. Now as you progress, yeah, it's like added in like biomechanical drop sets, extreme stretches, rest pauses, widowmakers, all that jazz. Like you can do all of this if you wanted, but the thing that underlines it all. Use my green is intensity. Like, and if you aren't taking any sets to failure, this is fugazi. It doesn't matter. Like, why are you doing this if you can't go to failure? And if you can't go to failure with a straight set, you have no business at all looking to do a drop set, a rest pause set, a superset, any of it. Not a bit, not a lick. So focus on like really getting good at being able to take yourself to failure. And then instead of being like, I should be doing more sets, or I should add in more movements or different movements. No, keep the same shit. But as soon as you feel something stagnant, as soon as you're like, I feel like I'm hitting a bit of a plateau. That's when you would add in a drop set or a partial or a superset. Like the way I viewed for ages, like rest pauses was like, say for like a dumbbell fly, for example, incline dumbbell fly for my titties, my chest. Say I was stuck at 30 kilo for 15 reps. Couldn't progress that. I was stuck at that weight for like 3-4 weeks. Couldn't budge. Straight away, when I was younger, my next move would be I'm going to rest pause that. I'm going to do a double rest pause. I'm going to do a set of 15. I'm going to come up, keep the dumbbells on my knees. I'm going to take 10 deep breaths. Then I'm going to go again. As soon as I go again, I don't care how many reps I get, just as long as I get at least 2. And then I'm going to do the same thing again, come back to my knees. This time take 15 seconds and go again. Rep away. And as soon as I've done that, I have already previously beaten myself. The previous set, when I was stuck, when I was in that plateau, was the like chest exposure of that set would be 30 kilos for 15 was like my limit. And now I've just exposed it to, say I got 2 reps and 2 reps, 19 reps. The same weight, but taking 10 extra breaths, 10 to 15 breaths between sets. Simple. And then as soon as I've done that a couple of times, I come back to my straight sets, all of a sudden my weight's went up. And instead of being stuck at 30 kilo, maybe stuck at 40 kilo or 35 kilo. And you can use that approach with lots and lots and lots of things. But again, failure's key.